Hello, welcome to the James Linker Experience. Merry Christmas. What have you got for us this week, Internet? Worst horror movie ever. With my eyesight, I'd probably still stand on it by accident.
You weren't barefoot, were you?
Yeah.
It didn't sting you, did it?
Yeah.
All right, but at least it wasn't one of those glowing blue ones.
He laid 2 eggs in a week, is what the bright spot was.
Who did?
The boyfriend did.
He laid 2 eggs in a week. Is that a British?
No.
Could we rewind for just a moment?
Yeah.
Jimmy, we're with you. We're going to need to rewind and seriously slow down because Kate Beckinsale just said her daughter's boyfriend can lay eggs.
What does that mean, he's laid 2 eggs in a week?
Well, he said, I've laid an egg. It had a shell and a yolk.
Hold on a second.
It's weird and exciting.
Kate told the Bizarro story on Jimmy Kimmel Live. She said losing her parents made for a tough couple of years, and really the only joy she felt came from her 26-year-old daughter, Lily's boyfriend, whom she claims can lay eggs.
I bet they taste lovely scrambled with tomato ketchup. No, someone get Geralt of Rivia to the Beckinsale household. Hollywood celebrities are seriously strange, so I'm not surprised that her son-in-law is laying eggs.
This very well could be the clearest sign of life that we've ever found on Mars.
So last July, NASA's Perseverance rover found a leopard-spotted rock at Mars. And scientists immediately knew. It was interesting, we hadn't seen anything like that before.
What we saw in this rock were these layers of very fine-grained, rusty red mudstone that had in them these incredible features, these things that we took to calling poppy seeds, which are the sort of dark black spots in the rock, and leopard spots, which are these kind of ring-shaped features that have dark rims around them.
They've done the analysis on these leopard spots, and we think they are potentially made by some sort of ancient life.
We have found life on Mars, and they look excited about it. Life on Mars, leopard spot rocks could be biggest clue yet. Scientists believe these features contain minerals produced by chemical reactions that could be associated with ancient Martian microbes. It feels like we're being drip-fed information to slowly prepare us for something.
What the is this little ball? It has, look back here, it has little teeth. What? This thing is alive. What are you?
That's just leftovers from the Beckinsale household. What is that? Anyone got any ideas?
Did you know that the World Economic Forum gave 8 predictions for the world in 2030? Number 1, all products will have become services. This basically means that you will owe nothing and you will be happy. Number 2, you will have to pay for your carbon footprint. Number 3, the United States dominance in the world is over and we will have a handful of global powers. Number 4, say goodbye to hospitals and hello, home spitals. Number 5, we will all eat less meat. Number 6, over 1 billion people will be displaced by 2030. Number 7, the values that built the West will have been tested to the breaking point. Number 8, alien life will be discovered and humans will be ready to move to Mars.
Well, considering most of those have happened, it seems less of a prediction and more like policy coming to fruition.
This guy, Peter Layden, is a longtime tech expert and thought leader on the future, predicting technology of like the advancement and stuff. He believes within the years 2025 to 2050, at one point, we will have a global governance.
Oh boy.
Primarily ran by AI.
Oh my gosh, Jesus, come back.
He broke down the 80-year cycle and he laid it out. He's saying 2025 is actually the beginning of this new cycle of technology. And he thinks it's going to be a crazy development in AI, clean energy, and bioengineering. And he broke it down. And he's like, the old tradition of capitalism is not really working.
Right.
It's starting to be outweighed. Yeah. There's a lot of people protesting, like the gap between poor and wealthy is separating even more and more. Right. He said, I think with AI, with all this stuff, it's going to flip it. He's like, yeah, I do see a global governance system to where it's like more of a overarching one world governance system ran by AI.
This just seems more realistic every single day.
It doesn't seem like science fiction anymore, considering how fast AI is spreading through society. I'm just going to shut my eyes and pretend it's not happening.
Meta just got the new patent so that it can actually mind read based off of what your pupils are doing and dilating. So all these big companies are figuring out how to use the camera on your phone to see how you're responding to the algorithm journeys that they're placing, so that they can, sell advertising and whatever else. The black portal, no, this is not a device. This is your soul. Your mind, your will, and your emotions are all stored on this. All the studies right now are saying that humanity is getting dumber because of our phones and because of AI. That's not true. It's just that now we have a second brain.
As if I needed any more reasons to resent this man. Why we should start caring about the right to brain privacy now. Just the fact that the term brain privacy is now a concept terrifies me. You do not want to get inside here, trust me, it's a mess. I get that guy's argument that our phone is part of us, but no, we're getting dumber, one power cut and it's all over.
In this corner of the house right now, me, my sister, my niece, we're renting out this Airbnb for a wedding this weekend, and we were just out walking my dog, and when we came in, we heard Jesus Christ.
Greg! Shit. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God! What is that?
Dogs have incredible senses. When your dog is doing that, something is off. Most of these types of videos I find to be much ado about nothing, but in this case, that bit where his lead lifts up is genuinely strange. What is happening there to make his lead shoot up and down like that?
This is why we need to study symbolism. Amazon is a mason. And what's even crazier, if you go to the image of Jeff Bezos creating Amazon, you see on his desk, Amazon.com, but what's even more interesting, you have the number 33, like the 33 degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. 33 is the number of death and rebirth, hence why it's in the triangle. The upright triangle is fire. Fire burns things down into its raw form. Then it can be transformed. So this is what the number 33 truly represents in the occult. It represents transforming yourself by destroying your old self to then to be spiritually reborn. It's all hidden in plain sight.
I mean, that's a bit of a stretch with the name, I think. And the symbolism is interesting, but again, I'm not convinced by those connections made. But you've got to love his desk setup. That's my quality of signage right there.
I believe many of these cities were empty and abandoned for some time after the reset. Just look at scenes from this 1878 panorama of San Francisco, one of many cities in the supposed 1800s time frame when we do get photos. Aside from the whited out skies, you will see not a single person, not a single horse and buggy, nothing. The streets are empty and abandoned. No scaffolding, smoke from the chimneys, no sign of life at all. And here going to St. Petersburg in 1880. Look at that overgrowth, right up to the steps of that cathedral, and a few people posing around the founded masonry, the founded Freemasonry. And here again, some more shots of St. Petersburg from around the same time. You won't find barely anyone, not an idle horse and buggy cart, not an idle food stand, no debris, nothing. just muddy, abandoned streets. The official narrative is just long exposure time. That's how cameras work then. But let's look at some shots from the same time period, some even older than those photos. And you'll see a vibrant city street life, marching soldiers. What you will see with the exposure time on long is a blur, which is not what you see here. Look to places like the catacombs of Paris, with millions of bones laid out in the most eerie way for the question of where all the remains were after these cities were dug out. They had to be put somewhere. History is nothing more than a set of lies agreed upon.
I don't know what the reset theory is, but those photos do look eerie with no signs of life at all in those major cities. Have any of you heard of the reset? What's that all about? You're going to have to reset your stomach after eating that. When your lettuce resembles a plushie, don't eat it. A security camera in a house apparently captures a fairy in Veracruz.
Vino de entonces de por Doña Vicky, ¿eh? Sí, de aquí vino, de aquí bajó. ¿Y dónde está? Ahí va. Ahí está. Ay, mira mi madre. Mírala. Ay.
Well, that was a lovely reaction. And yeah, that looks like a fairy. Has anyone got any bug spray on them?
The EPA is starting to allow the use of pesticides containing PFAS on food. It's part of an effort to roll back the regulation of what are called forever chemicals because they don't break down easily in the environment. Last week, the agency approved the use of 2 new pesticides that qualify as PFAS. It means that farmers could spread them on crops like romaine lettuce, broccoli, and potatoes. The Washington Post is reporting that agency plans to approve 4 more pesticides.
Well, that explains the lettuce. This doesn't sound like the healthiest decision for us.
You know that many early particle physicists, even those that led to inventions like the particle accelerator, experimented with seances and communicating with interdimensional entities. One of these men was named William Crookes, inventor of the Crookes tube. Early 19th century, the physicists conducted a number of investigations into spiritualism and the paranormal. Crookes not only attended seances but claimed to actually see a spirit materialize. He was in direct communication with this spirit for the rest of his life. What makes this interesting is Crookes' invention, which bears his name, the Crookes tube, became the cathode ray tube. This is what gave us cathode ray tube television sets, which were basically particle accelerators aimed at the watcher. Isn't it interesting that the invention that later developed into the particle accelerators like those found at CERN were given to scientists by spirits in seances?
Look at that. CERN is such a strange site, and there are a lot of alternate theories of what they're really trying to do there. But can I say that if that guy was led by demons, can someone find the off button, please? This has been the James Linker Experience. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.